name's Renaud. I'm the director of the Lorax.
And I'm Balda, co-director of Lorax.
No, actually, for me, it's the second time. I was lucky enough to come here when Pierre Coffin and I directed Despicable Me.
And I came here about 6 years ago last time, just as a spectator.
I think, you know, in my mind, even since before I worked here in France and when I was with Blue Sky and Fox, you know, the Annecy Festival was talked about, you know, as really the premier animation festival in the world. And I think what it means to me anyway is it's a thrill to be able now the second time to be able to come here, and something that when I was working in the United States was kind of like almost like the kind of thing you'd hope to get to, you know what I mean? And to be able to you know, show our films and premiere them here in France is just a great thrill.
Yeah, I've always thought of it as like the Cannes Festival for animated films. And aside from it being just a beautiful place, it's just a great place to see what's happening in animation, you know, from year after year, and to meet people that, you know, that I know in the industry and have worked with before. It's a great meeting place.
I think it went well. You know, it's interesting. You know, we sort of took the tactic of showing a lot of things that we discovered along the way in the process, of sort of things that aren't necessarily in the final film, but sort of how we got to the final film. And I know for me personally, that's always kind of, it's an interesting thing to see that journey. So I think that people, you know, enjoyed it and sort of liked seeing the process. For me personally, I was one of those kids that just drew all the time, to be honest. I mean, when I wanted to draw comic books and had a great love of graphic novels, and animation, you know, really felt like a great extension of that. But honestly, it's just about, for me, I was just one of those kids that drew all the time. And I think probably most people here that love animation certainly had that at one point in their lives. You know, they just loved drawing and coming up with characters and ideas.
Yeah, same for me. I was always drawing as a kid, but it was hard to imagine then how to get involved in animation, because animation seemed like this magic thing that just kind of existed somehow. And I had the luck of meeting a Disney animator who kind of mentored me a little bit and helped me see like a path to get involved in it, and then I was hooked.
For me, one of my favorites was The Jungle Book, which is obviously a Disney film, and probably in the more contemporary CG film, I love The Incredibles, because I used to be a comic book artist for Marvel and DC, so I always loved, you know, superheroes and that kind of thing. So those are probably my favorites.
Yeah, for character animation, anything that Milk Call had anything to do with. But for me, contemporary stuff is the Miyazaki films I'm a huge fan of.
I'd like to think that, you know, they would come away from it like having, you know, maybe taken in the theme and learned something, but also having been entertained at the same time, which was kind of the balance we tried to strike, is, you know, make something that's entertaining and fun, but when you step out of it, you're also like, oh, you retain the message of the film that was part of the original book.
Yeah, just that they would be able to have empathy for the characters and just be moved by the story themes.
That's a good question. I hope in 10 years that the world is a better place, you know, and that we've sort of have made some good decisions. You know, cars are running more efficiently, we're not polluting as much, and I hope that, you know, the world that is around in 10 years feels like it's taken a step in the right direction and not the wrong one. So it's more of a hopeful kind of message.
Yeah, maybe that, like a film like The Lorax would be less of a need for a film like that to be made or to be seen.
Best animation. Oh wait, that's 4. I'm going to do it anyway. Best animation festival ever.
I was going to say that as the 4th one for you.
Okay. Oh, I ruined the joke.